Thanks for stopping by. We're going to be installing a surge breaker here, and a surge breaker is basically a surge protection device that protects your entire house or your entire electrical service, really. So this is right where my power comes in to my main cutoff panel, and then the power feeds from there and into the house, and so on and so forth to the different buildings. Now, I have a surge breaker in the house as well, but you can add as much redundant protection as you want to when it comes to surge protection. As far as I understand, there are 3 different levels of surge protection. The first one is actually at the utility, which would be basically something that is a surge arrestor that is on the utility side of the electrical. And so that would be before it gets to your meter, before it gets to your panel. And that's not something that you have control over, but you can always call your electrical company and ask them if they have any surge protection equipment installed for your property, and maybe even request it. But the things that you can control are, number one, doing a whole house surge protector like this, or doing the individual surge protectors that you would plug your computers in and things like that. And you can do both of those in tandem, which is what I would recommend. So we're going to start with the main one, and the best protection for a lot of your sensitive electronics that you can't really protect easily, like things that are direct wired, or not even direct wired, but like 230 volt items, like a dryer or a uh, electric range and things like that have sensitive electronics in them, but you can't put a dedicated surge protector to. This is going to cover all of that. So to get started, we're going to kill our power coming to the entire property. In this case, normally it would just be your main panel for your house. And then we're going to pull the screws to remove this cover. Now you need to be super aware that even though we turned off that breaker there, we still have power inside of this panel. The power feeding right in the top here is still live. So when we turn the power off, it kills the power to these legs down here, but it doesn't kill the power to anything else as far as the power feeding in. The only way to kill the power up there would be to pull out the meter, which is something that we can't even do. So if you're not comfortable doing this, be safe and have an electrician do it, or someone, hire someone who is qualified to do it, or have the power disconnected somehow. So it's okay to do it live like this. I mean, it's not really doing it live. This is turned off, like I said. But you just need to be really, really careful with where you're putting your hands, and you'll be just fine. All right, so we're going to take this surge breaker here. And I'm actually going to move this here breaker down a little bit, just because I want this to be as close to the neutral bus as possible. So just move that one down. So we have 2 spaces here open at the top now. So we're ready to snap this in place. This is super simple, like I was saying before. And right there. And they're clicked in place. All right. So now this right here is the dump wire, or the wire that dumps all the power off of if there were to be a surge. And you want this wire to be pretty much as short as possible with no sharp bends in it. So we're going to kind of gently loop this up and loop it right into the neutral bus. This really does go totally against my instinct. I always am wanting to leave more wire on something rather than less because of the ability to have flexibility in the future. But you really do want to clip this wire off as short as possible and hook that into the neutral. All right, so we're going to trim this wire back here. I believe this is 10 gauge. So making sure to use the right size of our stripper here and watching the lugs to make sure we don't get ourselves in trouble. Work on that here. There we go. And now I'm using an insulated screwdriver to make sure that we don't short anything out. The handle is insulated, as well as the portion going down to the end here has insulation on it. I'll link to one of those below. If you're going to be doing a bunch of wiring, it's kind of a worthwhile thing. And then I'm going to be holding the insulated handle of my wire stripper here and insert this into the neutral bus. If you were to touch the neutral bus, it shouldn't give you a shock, but it's just not really worth grabbing it with your bare hands, and use tools if at all possible to distance yourself from the danger. All right, now we'll go ahead and tighten this in here. So I'm gonna have to hold this over a little bit. Remember, you can only have one neutral wire under one screw. Okay, get that good and tight. Looks good. Now we just got to twist out a couple more slots here to make room for the surge breaker. And just about done. And I'll link below to the different surge breaker options that you have. This is a QO panel, so this is a QO surge breaker. If you have a Square D panel, you could either have QO or Homeline. I'll also link the Homeline option below. These are super nice because they install right in your panel, and they do a nice job of just it being a really clean installation. Now you can get externally mounted surge breakers that would go on the outside of your, I guess surge breaker is the wrong term, whole house surge protector that would go on the outside of the box, and you'd use a knockout to bring that in and land that on a breaker. And those can be even a little bit more powerful in that they have the ability to ground even more or a larger surge. But these are a really simple way to protect your house, and it's pretty easy to install. So if you have room, I would say go this route, but you can be aware that those other options are available. I'll link them down below. And before we turn the power on, we might as well put the cover back in place here. Just like that, and we'll put our screws in. And we'll go ahead and turn the power back on again. And our light came on right on the unit, just like it's supposed to. And so we know that we are good to go. If the light is on, it means that the unit is okay. And you can see this one's been installed here before. It's not totally brand new, but it's going to work just fine. So again, links down below in the description. And I'll try to link to all the different top panel options as far as different brands and such. But that's how you install a whole house surge protector. If this video helped you out, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe down below for more videos just like this one. I'm super excited about getting a generator hooked up to this panel, and we're gonna do a interlock here so that we can switch over to a generator. I'm excited about that. Anyway, tune in sometime for that video. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.